Hi there, I'm Stuart Smith and welcome to my Short Game Academy. Today we're going to go through chipping technique and we're going to look at a different part of it. We're going to control the technique by looking at what the face does at impact. I've seen various videos on YouTube. They talk about what the shoulders should do and hands should do and what we should move with our wrists. And to be honest, some of it's true, some of it's false. It depends on the shot that you see. So as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, the face of the golf club puts the energy into the ball. So depending on where we want the face at impact, it will depend where our hands are in relation to the club. So this is 56 degrees of loft, and let's say that I wanted to have the ball further back in my stance and hit a more running, a more aggressive, high energy shot. I would start off in this position, so my hands are a long way ahead of the ball. I'm all the way over here, and this is the position I would want to come back to. So remember what I said in one of my other videos, your setup is purely a pre-setting of your impact position. So if I'm setting up here, yes, you can see at impact my hands are a long way past the ball. But I don't think about my hands coming past the ball. I'm aware of the face angle I want to achieve at impact. So if I wanted to have a face angle with de-loft in the club, my hands would come past first. If I wanted to hit the chip with the loft that's on the club, we would come through at the same time. If I wanted to hit a higher or a soft landing chip, then the face would be open and my hands would probably be behind the ball. So some people say, well, you shouldn't flick your wrists in this. There might be a time when you want to flick your wrist, you're up in some rough, you want to slide under the ball, pop it up in the air, you can flick your wrist. You can also play the same shot by simply holding off the face. So there is no real right and there is no wrong technique for chipping. It's all about understanding what you want for your impact position. So let's take a look. We've got the core board here, so we're going to set it up for a runny chip. So I've moved the blue one back, so we're in this position here. Again, the board's centre. Remember, I start off from there and everything goes over to the left. Now as I do the shot, my hands want to return to the same position, so I'm coming through here. That's going to give me the high energy, so I don't have to think about too much. I'm certainly not going to think about using my wrist. I'm not going to think about not using my wrist. I simply want to return back to this position. So as I strike the ball, I want to make sure I'm striking it with a slightly de-lofted club face than what is normally on this club. So there we go, and the ball stays lower and rolls quite a long way for this type of club. Now let's go for a normal chip, and for a normal one I'm going to move everything so it's at +1, so we just left the centre. Again, you can have this at centre if you wish. I'm going to have it just left. Now this time my hands will not come through as far of the club head as what they did for the running chip, and because of that, when the ball lands, it will have less roll, less energy in the ball. So I'm starting off here, and as I play the shot, you can see I come through, but we're not as far ahead. So for this one, it's back and it's through. The ball flew higher, and when it landed, it didn't have as much roll or energy. So the third one we're going to go is for a soft landing chip, so or one that once it lands doesn't have too much roll on. So again, so if we look at this position here, my weight's forwards, but the ball is further forwards. Now, if I drove my hands past, I change the angle of the club, which is not what I'm looking to do. So as I come through this time, yes, my hands lead, but as we kick to impact, the club head's going to overtake my hands. This is going to pop the ball up into the air, but more importantly, once it lands, it will have very low energy on the ball. So here we go, watch this, back, popped it up in the air. Now that ball was stopped within a foot. Okay, so if you can try to understand the impact position of the club, so what angle we're trying to hit the ball with, and focus on that, that will then take care of where your hands come through. Okay, so if it's on the back foot and you do get the club head to come through first, yes, you will definitely fluff the ball. So you have to have the right setup to hit the right shot. But remember, there is no right, there is no wrong, there's just different ways of hitting it for the different shots.